click on the link and pick between A and B. I can only see three doors. What is going on? Should I call names? Olu, Sonjo, are you with us? Miracle. Okay, I refresh my page. We still have three. All right. Somebody asked, can it be posted here? Been searching. Okay, let's allow you to post it here. Okay, I've also posted it, but yeah. How many of us are having trouble finding the link or making use of the link? Let's start there. Probably. And do we have someone that is okay? We have 5 responses now. 5 responses. Everybody is choosing B. Okay. Can one person kindly unmute his or her mic and tell us why B? Just one person, quickly. Okay, Chidima, go ahead.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I chose B mainly because of the color combination. It's readable, like
Okay.
the menu bar we are seeing down there. The color is not working for A. Like if you're looking at it, you can't even really pick out what is written there. So just mainly color for me.
Okay, for Chidima, it is color. Can we have one more person so we can have different ideas? Can we have one more person? Why B? Why not A? John.
Good evening, everyone.
Name John.
For me, the fonts seems bold enough for me to see. It's very easy, very bold for me to see actually. So the fonts and the color for me.
Okay, the font and the color combination, it is bolder for you to see. That means B is more accessible than A. Okay, let's go on. So we have this picture here too. We have the first one, A and the B. The error is the A. Sorry for not putting a description. The error is A and the hoops is the B. So another set of people, 2 people should kindly tell us which one will go better for accessibility purpose. Are we going for the error or we are going for oops? Again, John. Okay. Chidima, go ahead.
Okay, I'll personally go for oops because anyone can understand anybody can understand what is written there, but error you have to like be someone who is you a programmer or something to like really take interest in even reading the error message. But oops is straight to the point, specific to what you're searching for. So it's just simple.
All right, thank you very much, Dima. Let me call Daniela before we go to John. Daniela, are you with us?
Yes, Mariam. Good evening. I would choose Oops because Oops is more friendly and then is in a very layman term. Anybody could understand or anybody can understand the Oops message.
Than the error
Yes,
message.
yes.
Okay, John.
Okay, so just like Daniela said, it's very user friendly. I can easily navigate, easily go here and understand what exactly they're trying to tell me, compared to the error that comes with a lot of grammar. So I'm
What
like,
of developers grammar?
I will need a dictionary to be able to figure out what exactly is on that error page. So I'll go for the oops.
Okay, go for the oops. Okay. There is no right and there is no wrong answer. Let's start with design thinking. What is design thinking? Design thinking has to do with, in one word, or let me say in a sentence, I feel design thinking is about putting yourself in your user's shoes. The people that are going to be making use of whatever product you are coming up with. It might not be specifically a software product, it might be a physical product, but put yourself in their shoes. How do they feel? That is the simple meaning of design thinking. And design thinking has to be come with innovation, has to come with a lot of things, empathy, collaboration. In fact, collaboration is one of the key things when it comes to design thinking, because I guess comes from different angles, different variations, and if you want to be innovative, you need to listen to people. You need to listen to your users. You need to empathize with them. You need to feel what they are feeling. So, in summary, that is what design thinking is all about. That is from my own end. So, who can tell me what design thinking in one word or in one sentence? Like I said, for me, putting myself in the user's shoes to know how they feel, to empathize with them. Can anybody go? Just one person. What do you think design thinking is? You can just unmute your mic and talk.
So for me, design thinking is problem solving a very, very understanding from
Hmm?
design thinking for me is problem solving in a very simple and understanding terms.
Simple and understanding.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So that is design thinking, empathy and collaboration. I mentioned that experimentation and creativity, breaking away from conventional methods. That means you need to be versatile. You need to be open. You need to be what versatile and you need to be open. But you being versatile and you being open, you still have to be simple. Users still have to be able to make use of your products without much of complexity. Like what John said, simplicity, simple and understanding. Um, let's go to the next slide. So we have two products here. We have Malva and we have Jira. A whole lot of us know Jira, and only few of us, like 2% of us here, knows about Malva. Let's analyze these two products, Malva and Jira. They are all software products. Someone should tell me a little bit about what they can see on Jira, and that person should tell me what they can see on Malva. I don't want John and Chidima again. Let other people talk. This is supposed to be a collaborative class. John, no vex. I don't know if people want me to call names. I will gladly call names. Do we have Chineye in the house? Chineye, are you in the house?
Yes, I am.
Okay, can you kindly analyze Malva for me or for us instead?
Okay, as compared to Jira or just Malva
As
itself.
compared to Jira, yes, as compared to Jira, but
Okay.
focus more on Malva.
Mm, okay, so I think it is a project management tool
Okay,
that is showing the you know project that the user is working on, his new project, ongoing project, as well as completed ones. I guess it's one of those tools that help project managers to keep track of their activities or what their current projects.
okay, thank you for that. So, in compared to Jira, what difference can you see?
Compared to Jira, I think the only thing I can just observe is that the person is an active Malva user as compared to Jira, because there's no project in his Jira board.
There is no project on Jira board, right?
Yes, but then I can see that his Malva is current, or should I say, yes, his current. He uses the Malva as opposed to Jira.
All right, thank you very much, Chinenye. Let me call one more person before I call Chidinma. Okay, Sylvia, are you with us? You know those
Yes,
people that
I'm
with us
here. I'm
spiritually.
here.
Yeah, here. Okay. So can you kindly tell us a little bit about Jira compared to Malva? Now focus on the
I
product now. More
I
on the
actually
product.
joined with my phone, so apparently I can't even see it clearly.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay.
Okay.
They are safe for now. Let
Yeah,
us go
thank
to
you.
Miracle. Miracle, are you with us? Some people are with us spiritually, some people are with us physically. Some people are with us both spiritually and physically. E.g., Miracle. Miracle is with us physically. Okay, let me catch one more person before we move on. Okay, Chuku. Okay, Chuku, are you with us?
Yeah, really,
Good
I
evening.
would think that, but kind of good.
All right. And let's give the chance to Chidima to answer. Oh, Miracle said
Um,
she is with us. He or she is with us and is having network issues. Okay. Go ahead, Chidima.
okay, so analyzing the products Malva in comparison to Jira, they are both product management platforms. However, Malva uses more visual representation with charts and charts mainly to engage the user in such a way that when you open your dashboard, you don't even really need to click on the project to see your progress. You're like seeing it immediately. You're seeing like your progress through the charts and the charts on the screen. So that's just my observation between the two products. Yeah.
Between Malva and between Jira. Thank you very much for that. Should we go for one more person before um Chioma, you can go ahead and say something.
Okay. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
From what I'm seeing at that verse, I can see that Marva and Jiwa are both project management too. And from what I'm seeing at Marva, I think the person is making use of Marva, like he using it for his project work. He track his work through it, and he sets his calendar and other things to know when the work is due and when it's not due. And but in Jira, he doesn't. There is no active project on it. But I think uh, we have automatic work. Like Jira can automate work, or you can integrate. You can integrate this. I think you can integrate this Jira inside this Marva. I don't know, but the person is making use of more. I think Marva is more easier to compare to Jira. The person.
Malva is not what?
Easier to use compared to Jira from what I'm seeing at the screen
Okay,
here.
so from your own end, Malva is easier to use than Jira, right?
Uh,
Same
yeah.
thing goes to Chidima because it is using more data than Jira. Okay. I know before I said there's one more person, but let me say another one more person again. Maybe we have somebody that feels Jira is easier to use than Malva. One more person. We have a lot of people here that can actually help us out. We have Abasi. Abbas, are you with us?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you please analyze these two products for us?
Well, I didn't get you.
Hmm. You see? You see what I am saying? I'm catching them small, small, one by one. You did not get me. I don't even need to ask you before you know the question you're supposed to answer. Okay, there are two products here. We have Mava and we have Jira. And we're in the process of analyzing these two products. Like what you are seeing on my screen right now. Can you help analyze between Mava and Jira?
Is that not for data analysis? Data analyst. I'm not data analyst though.
Nah, it's for everybody.
Okay. Um, I would say Mava looks better than Jira because you can see in this dashboard has more things.
That's what.
Has more things. Sorry. Uh, it just came in, Sha. I wasn't in a place I could join. I just came in.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. And as I capture more person, my time is going. So thank you for helping us analyze between Malta and Jira. We all know Jira products, right? I'm not sure anybody is new to Jira. And if you are new to Jira, by the time it starts with your 3 months hands-on experience, we are going to actually be working more on Jira. So whose hand is up? Abasti, your hand is up.
Mm, I don't know about Jira. I'm new to Jira.
Like I said, like I said, for the 3 months internship period, everybody will be onboarded on Jira for productivity use and collaboration use. It's going to be Jira is going to be your collaborative tool. It is what every organization that is into software development, that is what they use. And Jira is commonly used by most companies and is commonly known also. Yeah. So why Malva is one of the products that interns in German technology have been opportune to design. Although we have not gotten to the development phase, it's more in the design phase. So the reason why I'm showing you these two products is to get to know which one is more accessible and which one is easier to use, which Chidima and other person, Chinenye, I guess, yeah, told us earlier that one is easier to use than more easier to use than Jira. Jira has a little bit of more complexity, but which you will still use irrespective. Nobody's going to run away from it than Malva, which we are also building in German technology. So moving on, why do you think design thinking is important in technology and product development? We've seen a little bit of, like I said, we are going to be, this session is going to be more about user cases and the normal, because design thinking is more practical than theoretical. Okay, so who can help us with that? Why do we think design thinking is more important? We've explained what design thinking is all about earlier on. I'm not going to go back to that. So, why do we think it's important? Can anybody help with that? Just one person. John. Okay. Go
So
ahead.
I believe it will help us, just like you said earlier, that it helps us to be able to put ourselves in the person we are producing, designing for. I find myself in the client shoes. They also know what exactly they want and then how they be able to navigate their way around it. So it, it's actually important for us to be able to like know what to do and then in a very very easier way for the person we are designing for to be able to navigate his way around it.
All right. Thank you very much. Any other person before we go to the next slide? Chidima, go ahead.
So design thinking is important uh, because when you look at things from a user's perspective, you've solved half of the problem because you already know the user's pain points. You can connect with the problem. So the solution is halfway. Yeah.
Thank you. You can connect to the problem. I like that word, connection. Connection. Once you know the problem, to solve the solution is going to be easier for you. Thank you for that, Chidima. Chioma, you're raising your hand up.
Okay. The reason why design thinking is important from my own side, I think is where the people involved discuss, find out what the problem is in order to give a solution to it, because they have to see the pain points of the user that is involved, or the user that is going to use the product that they want to solve the problem to, because it's still the user that will equally take the product and give them feedback.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Any other person? I feel like catching one more person. Any other person? Daniela, I don't know if I've called you before. Are you with us?
Yes, ma'am, I'm with you.
Okay, can you tell us why you think design thinking is important?
Okay, I think design thinking is important because it sort of bridges the gap between what the users want and what the technology can deliver.
Thank you. It bridges the gap between what the users want,
Users
right?
want, yes,
And
what the technology can deliver.
thank you very much for that, Daniela. You guys have given us great responses. So going to the next slide now, we have five most important processes that are involved in design thinking. If we want to use a design thinking method to actually solve a particular problem. Because we all know that you being into the technological field, you are here to solve problems. If you are not here to solve problems, that means you're not in the right space. Everybody here is trying to solve a problem. That is in the process of you solving a problem, that is when you come up with a product. Okay, now making use of design thinking to solve problems. What are the processes involved? First of all, the first thing is empathy, connecting with users to thoroughly grasp their needs. You need to know what these users want. You cannot just come up with a product without knowing if people actually are in need of this particular solution. I don't know if you understand. Like for instance, German technology is a solution trying to bridge gap between um, fresh new graduates and hirers. Okay, hirers are looking for graduates, but they're not finding that right skill. A lot of people have certificates. A lot of people can get certificates online. Then hire them, and they're not giving us what we need. So German technology comes in. We look for these people. We bring out the tech this thing in them, and then we also connect these interns with IRAs. That is a problem, and here we are trying to look for the solution, and we realize that yes, it is a problem. So we empathized with IRAs, we empathized with interns, we empathized with fresh graduates before we decide that, oh, let us come up with a solution to it. We had to do a lot of research. We had to do a lot of how do we go about it. So the thing is, there must be a problem before a solution can arise. Without a problem, you cannot have a solution. That is what empathy is talking about. Connecting with users, thoroughly grasp their needs. You need to know, what do you actually need? What is actually the problem? So the next one is to define, identify the user's problem, gather observation, and formulate a problem statement. Okay, at the end of the day, we've already empathized with IRA, empathized with fresh graduates, and now what is the problem? The problem here now is that IRAs are looking for um, a good tech person to hire, why fresh graduates are looking for where they can build their portfolio so that they can be hireable by hirers. No, that's a problem statement. Now, that is what define is all about. You've got the problem, so you need to define it. You need to gather observations. You need to know how many people are interested in with the solution to this problem. So the next thing is to ideate, generating a variety of ideas and solutions by exploring different perspectives and possibilities. This is where brainstorming comes in. Like I said earlier, collaboration is one of the key things that we need in design thinking. Ideas can come from any angle, whether I would like it or not. Solutions can come from any angle. So ideation means collaborating, coming up with different ideas, coming up with different solutions. And the funniest thing about coming up with different solutions is that solutions actually brings about more problems. There is no best solution. There is no best idea. That is why you keep on iterating in whatever products that you're working on, whatever problem that you're trying to solve. You keep on iterating. We see, for example, Facebook. Old Facebook of how many years ago is not the new Facebook. Like I remember when Facebook started, they didn't have business, but now we have Facebook business. You know, they keep on what iterating to look for the best solution to this particular problem. That is what the ideation is used for. Then prototype. Design thinking encourages rapid prototyping to explore and test innovative solutions. After you are done with brainstorming and doing all sorts of and bringing up, coming up with ideas, getting ideas. You can even get ideas from your users. I the funniest thing. People think product managers they are people that come up with ideas, are people that have actually come up with all these things, they know all these things better. But the actual fact is that a very good product manager uses data to come up with his or her ideas. And data comes from where? From where? The users. Your data comes from the users. So you actually generate your ideas from what? From the users. So after ideating, the next thing is to what? Is to prototype your ideas. After coming up with different kind of solutions, then you need to come up with the prototype. And the funniest thing is at times users might not even know what they need. They just know that they have this problem. They might not know what they need. So that's why it's always advisable to come up with a prototype and let them have a grasp of what you are trying to give to them, the solution of what you're trying to give them. So once they have the solution, once they have the solution, then they can keep saying, okay, let us do the let us do. If you go to like these Google apps or Google stuff, you see a lot of customers dropping different kind of comments on that specific app. So those are the and they can only drop those comments because there is a prototype ready for them to use. For instance, Jamo Technology website is still a prototype. It has not even gotten to where it's supposed to get to. Okay, it has not gotten there. So you need a prototype. Then after prototype, then you test. Testing your prototype, exposing them to real users by this time. Then gathering valuable feedback, making improvements, revisiting the expertise stage, because all these steps are not just steps that this is how you're going. You need to revisit some of them. Because what if I came up with a prototype that doesn't do well with my users? You need to go back and go and revisit it. That is where you can even change your prototype in stage and everything. Testing includes receiving feedback from users via prototypes and iterations in order to validate assumptions. So if you're trying to create a solution for a particular problem and you actually gone through the steps, you need to get feedbacks. Feedbacks are very, and you take them seriously. Feedbacks are one of the ways they can use to actually improve the solution for a particular problem. Do you have any question on that before we move to the next stage? Okay, no question. Now, since we've known the five process of design thinking, let's now look at it. What challenge do you think as a team What challenge do you think you can face when implementing design thinking? And how do you think you can overcome them? Okay, we have an example here of team members who may have a traditional problem method and finding design thinking unnecessary. There are some people that don't find it necessary. Why should we do a prototype? Why not let us just build, put all the old features in this product that we're trying to build and take it out to the users? Why do you need to iterate? To overcome this, the team can start with small pilot projects to show its effectiveness and gradually integrate it into their workflow. Now, coming to the interactive session, and what challenge do you think a team can face when implementing design thinking? Because there is no team without a challenge. Whether you like it or not, these 3 months that you people are going into, you have lots of challenges. But this is where this is where you can have solutions to those challenges. So what do you think you are going to see out there in your 3 months internship period with your team members? Anybody? Hey, everybody has gone blank now. There is an example here for you. If you shall want me to call name, shall okay. Moro Molo, hey, Moro Moluwa, Yoruba girl, Moro Moluwa. Are you with us?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. It's nice to hear your voice. Can you give us a challenge that you think you might face trying to implement design thinking process for a particular solution?
Okay. The challenge that you may face trying to implement the design thinking process is,
Yes.
is it as a product manager or as the product
Can
designer
be as
or
a product
anyone?
manager within
Okay.
your team, but you should know that you're going to be having a team of different skill sets, not just product managers. You're going to be having developers, designers, virtual assistants, data analysts, and the rest.
Yeah. So I think one of the challenges that one can face during design thinking process is that design, if it's going to actually give good user experience, that can be a challenge.
Okay,
Like
if it's going to have a good user experience.
yes, yes, from
Okay.
the user's perspective. So, like from your own end, that's from you being a designer or in the development team, it might look like it's okay to you. And then when it now gets to the stage where the user is supposed to interact with it, it's not giving the user that experience that they want with it. So I think that's one of the challenges with design thinking.
All right, thank you very much,
Yeah,
Olusunjo. I
thank
think that
you.
one is better. Olusunjo, okay. Any other
You can
person
just
who's
say
going to,
more.
eh?
Yeah, you can just say more, more.
Mo. Okay, I think
Yeah.
that's more tush. That is actually giving more tease, Mo. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Okay, who can give us a solution to that challenge? Anybody here to give us a solution to the challenge that Mo just gave us? Yeah, I thought we have done problem solving. You are supposed to be problem solvers by now. Like you're supposed to have gone far by now. Design thinking is more like the practical section of problem solving. Gabriels, are you with us? Ah, Gabriel wanted to say something. He ran away. Maybe he's shy. Okay. Miracle, are you with us? Miriam left the meeting. Miriam is running away. Okay, Chuku Miracle, are you with us? So we don't have problem solvers in this meeting.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
So, what is your question? Because I'll not follow. I'm still on the road.
Oh, you told me earlier that it's busy, right?
Is there?
I said you told me earlier that it's busy, right?
Yeah, I told you I was still on the road. I was on top of the bike. So,
All right, all right. Let me just give you some space. So who can hey, wait a minute. So who can actually give an answer to tomorrow's challenge? Karine Chuku, are you with us? Karine Chuku. Ah, okay. If you're trying to talk, we can't hear you.
I didn't understand what her challenge was.
Her challenge, she said, okay, to be corrected more. Her challenge is the design thinking phase, whereby a designer up with a design and it is not user friendly. Let me use that word. It's not user friendly. Okay, so that's a design thinking challenge. So how do you intend to actually overcome this? Mo, am I right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I'm right. All right. Karina, can you help us with that?
Um, in design thinking phase, that's not user friendly. How do I overcome the problem? Maybe I don't know if I'm correct, but how to solve the problem is you first of all identify the main problem, what the main problem is, and then you simplify it and know how to break down and in order to be able to solve the problem. You identify it and then you break down the processes. That's like simplifying it for you to be able to solve the problems. I don't know if I'm correct.
Actually answer this right. Like
Oh,
when
really?
I know, yeah, yeah, you did. When we're talking about the process, I think the first thing I did said was ideation. So
Okay.
you need to be able to actually sorry, my laptop just went
Okay.
off. Okay, empathize. You need to actually empathize with the person. That's the first thing.
Okay.
So yeah, you're actually right. Any other person, this is supposed to be an interactive class. So.
My hand is up.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that, James. All right, can
Okay.
go ahead.
I think to improve user friendliness of a design, I think first of all we need to understand what the user needs. We gather feedback from the real users to identify where like their pain points and also simplify the interface. Can reduce cluster or use clear typography and maintain a logical layout. And then can also test it and also get feedback from them.
And
Feedback.
also what? Sorry, yeah, you need to be a little bit more audible because it's raining here.
I should start from beginning.
No, no, just continue. I got what you said.
Okay, I think we should provide another step is we can provide clear instructions like using tooltips and placeholders and also helpful error messages so that the user can see what's going on and understand the page.
And understand the page.
Mm. It's just I'm
Okay.
just thinking, I'm not a UI UX
The
person.
idea about design thinking now is that your product should be easy to use. There are some products that you
Yes, exactly.
actually go through that they don't even need to go through manuals. Me, any product like that will take me to go and be looking at manual. That product has failed. It should be easy to use, easy to access. That's where accessibility comes in. I don't know if you understand.
Yes, ma.
Yeah, thank you very much. So because of my time, let's go to the next slide. Human-centered approach. Now, this is one of the approaches that we use in design thinking. Um, so let's look at this strategy of human-centered approach. The first thing is empathy as a foundation, which we've mentioned before. I would have said we should pick one and explain, but because of our time, I will just go through um, the human-centered approach system. We have empathy as the foundation, which I've explained earlier. Then we have user-centric perspective. Okay, so what does user centric perspective have to say? It means that from the user's point of view, sorry, my laptop is okay. So rather than beginning with a solution in mind, so a lot of people have assumptions. They assume that this is what my users want. So rather than using assumptions, we don't need to use assumptions. So design thinkers focus on the people for whom they are building. Am I building it for women? Am I building it for men? Am I building it for young people? Am I building it for teenagers? Am I building it for children? What is the solution? Who are these solutions for? Like now, Jama Technology solutions are for people that have um that are technically inclined, people that have um a skill and people that want to hire people that have a skill. So we're not looking for just anybody. Okay, so you need to know and focus on what the solution is for. Who is this solution for? So by then, design thinkers can now employ research, interviews, and observations to get insight into users' habits. Their pain points. Somebody has mentioned pain points earlier. Then prioritize this perspective and you guarantee that solutions are matched to the real world demands. Now, the essence of you getting data from them, the essence of you researching and getting to know their pain points is for you to use their pain points. Let their pain points go with the products that you are building. That's what user-centric perspective is all about. Not using your imagination or your assumption, but using the feedback of your users. That is what the user-centric is for. So that you know that whatever solution you are building is actually giving a solution to um, the people that you are building it for. It's actually giving them a solution to a particular problem. Now, let's go to iterative feedback. After you have built a solution, which I mentioned earlier, so the human-centered approach, iteration and refinement takes place continuously. Iteration takes place continuously. It's not a one thing do. Just okay, fine. We just build this product and we don't need to iterate. Or probably a user is complaining about a particular feature and just ignore the user. No, iteration feedback loop. Like there is even loop there. Loop has been added to it in the sense that it must be continuous. You must keep receiving feedback and keep iterating on that solution that you're trying to create. Then we have collaborative problem solving. Like we said, collaboration is very important. Collaboration. Even products these days now collaborate. Dramatic can decide to collaborate with other technical products out there just to create a solution. Okay, so collaboration is important, and as a team, don't feel like I can do it alone. You cannot do it alone, whether you like it or not. As a product manager, you cannot build your PRD alone. In fact, PRDs are not supposed to be built. You are supposed to actually first of all brainstorm with your team members before you actually start working on your PRD. Because whatever it is that is on your PRD must actually flow with the rest of the team. Then the last one is designed for inclusivity and accessibility. This accessibility is very important. It must be accessible to everybody. Whatever solution you are trying to come up with must be accessible to everybody. Developing a solution design thinkers take into account cultural differences. Okay? If you are building a solution for Yoruba people, you need to know that this person a Yoruba man, If you are building a solution for somebody that does not know know a lot about technology, that means your solution must be user friendly. Your solution must not need a manual. Okay, so it must be accessible. Then even talking about color blindness also comes here. There are some people that have color blindness. Can they see it? Are your color combinations all right for everybody to access? So that's all about the design thinking, the human-centered approach. Now let's take a look at this picture quickly. One person, or let me just pick two people to tell me what they can see in this picture. How do you think you can actually, in few sentences, explain this picture that we are seeing here? Okay, you can explain from the human-centered approach I explained earlier. Can anybody hear me? Let me know if you're still with me, please.
Yes, can hear you.
All right, thank you very much, Karina. So who is going to help us with this picture? Quickly, just one person. Our time is fast spent. Hey, nobody. You shall like me calling your name. Like me opening your this outside. Okay, Silva. Silva is here. Can you help us with this picture? I've not heard your voice today. Silvanos, are you with us? He's with us physically, but he's not with us spiritually. We are catching them. Okay, this picture, since because of my time, this picture is actually telling us that I'm not supposed to help people. He's going to help us. Chineye, are you with us? Paul, Mr. Paul. I had one of my friends name that was Paul then. Mr. Paul, are you with us? This is when everybody's network will not be good. Alright, let's move to the next slide.
So you won't help us?
Eh?
I said, since nobody volunteered, you won't help
I
us.
cannot help you people. I'm a facilitator here. So I'm not allowed to help people. My guy will beat me.
But your guy is not here now.
My guy is here. He's watching. My guy is going to beat me.
We'll beg him for you.
No, don't beg him for me. So let's quickly go to design sprints. It's just like a structured way of actually coming up with a product faster with a little time. Because if you're having 3 months, and 3 months is like a short period of time for you to actually come up with a product. So we're not even expecting much from you, just come up with features or something simple to come up with. And how can you do that? The first thing is to understand the problem that you're trying to solve. You see, if you have more of this thing in your reading material, so if you understand the product that you're going to solve, it's going to be easier for you. Understand the problem. Most of the problems have passed and I've already started working on them. Okay, so it's going to be easier for you to understand. After the understanding, the second day you cannot go ahead to brainstorm. Okay, this solution has been why not let us do it this way, let us do it this way. So diverge is for brainstorming, where everybody will come together and brainstorm about a particular solution for the problem. Then the third one is to decide. After coming up with different ideas and different solutions, then now decide which one are we going to work on. See, everybody have ideas, you understand, but which one are you going to work on? You can even make use of your data to actually come up with a prioritization feature. After deciding the feature that you're going to work on, then you now decide to prototype. So this is where prototyping comes in. Prototyping can come in different forms. It can come in lo-fi, it can come with sketching. Everybody is supposed to know how to sketch a basic product, not just the designers. I was taught sketching of a product as a product manager while I was still growing back then. I was even taught user experience, how to draw a user flow. So I'm sure a lot of people will be saying is work of designer, designer, designer. No, everybody is supposed just a sketch. So if you see a designer's work now, you're in a team and a designer should bring one kind of work and you're just looking at it like, oh, because it is fine, it's good. You did not even check the user experience. You don't even know if the designer did it right or wrong. So that's the main reason why you need to have the idea. Not like I said you need to be perfect about it, but you just need to have an idea of what the other skill sets people are doing. Then the next thing for you is to test it. Testing is the last and the most important um, aspects of it. So we are going to skip this because of our time. How do you design sprint method can help your team within the 3 months of hands-on experience allocated to you? So you guys can go to your group chat and discuss that and think about how you can use the sprint to help develop your team and come up with a product faster or a feature faster. We showed you the picture of Malva. That was the solution of a group or a team. Now I think that was quote one and quote two came up with that solution, and which we are also planning to develop on the long run. So applying design thinking in a tech internship, user experience, all these things are design thinking is more practical, multiple. All these things are just repetition, repetition, repetition. User experience design, which I've mentioned before. Product development, yes, you can apply it in your product. That's what you're even doing. Problem solving. You can apply it while you are trying to solve a problem. Like I said, whatever thing you are doing in tech is to actually solve a problem. You cannot come up with a solution without having a problem. Solution comes after having a problem. Then innovation. Innovation is very, very important. In fact, we're in the peak of innovation. You cannot just come up with any product. Competitors are real and competitors are not smiling. Everybody wants the money. So you must be innovative about your ideas. You must be creative and you must know what you are doing. So here is a group activity for design thinking. It's very simple and very easy to do. So you are going to use these W3C principles. You are going to pick a product, either OPay or money points. Pick either of the two. Then you check out the principles that are there. The link is on your reading material. I'm not going to drop the link. Nobody should ask for the link anyway. Go to your reading material. It's there. So you get the link there, and then you're going to it's either OPay or money points, either of the two, not the two of them. So now you're going to screenshot. If you see a problem that is against the principle in this W3C, you screenshot it, write out the problem that is there, and write out the possible proposed solution for that accessibility. I'm not going to give you an example. I wanted to give you an example before I was like, let me swallow my spit. I've swallowed it. So no example. Don't raise your hand. I'm not going to give you an example. Yeah. Any question on the group activity? Thank God everybody understands. Reflection. And realize that most of the people are submitting reflection as an assignment. No, reflection is supposed to be shared on your comment section on the Google Classroom. I think the reflection is also posted on the reading material. So you are supposed to reflect on this particular thing, especially a particular course. It helps you know if you actually understand this course better. Okay, so part of the assessment for design thinking, you are going to drop your reflection in the comment section under design thinking, not as an assignment, not a PDF file, just a simple comment. Just reflect. How do you plan to apply design thinking principles in your future projects? It may not be basically in German technology or in your career. So you can drop it in the comment section on Google Classroom for you to reflect on, and I'll be there to actually um drop more of your conclusion. So sorry, more of your comments. Don't mind me. So in conclusion, design thinking is a flexible approach applicable across industries. So design thinking is not a one-way thing. Like I dropped a picture earlier and I told you by people to explain what you understand by that picture. Now I see different arrows going to different directions. To me, that picture is telling me that there is no one-way solution. This is the solution. This is how it must be. No, the truth is that even users don't even know the solution to the problem. All they know is they have a problem. So it is left for the tech people to decide how to solve the problems of how to solve the problems of the users. Okay, so there is no one way thing about design thinking. It's flexible. This is where innovation comes in. This is where creativity comes in. You must be creative about it. It's not because Jira did his own this way. That was the main reason why I gave an example of Malva and Jira. You said that Malva was trying to solve the problem that Jira created. Because like I said, a solution is creating another problem. Whether I like it or not is the truth. And that person can see Malva and look for a better solution to Malva. Okay, so what the interns tried to do in Jira was to look for a simpler solution. Okay, Jira has lots of features. It is too complex. Why not we make it easy for everybody to use? There are a lot of people that actually need to go through manuals to actually make use of Jira. Like I remember when I said, okay, fine, I'm putting everybody on Jira, all of them were like, no, 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 no. Like, then I told you, Jira, what of Excel, what of Trello, what of Asana? I said, no, we are going to use Jira because of that complexity. That's why we're going to use Jira. And they came up with Malva, which was a brilliant idea. So you have to be creative. There is no one way about it. That's the conclusion of design thinking. Embracing it enhances your skills and positions you as a driver of digital innovation. Stay curious, empathetic, and be open-minded. And the funniest thing about this internship, this thing we have is having different interns from different tech schools. So what all school taught their students is different from what side I was taught that. Not that totally different, no, but different perspectives, different views. So imagine you bringing all these things together to actually create a solution to come up with a brilliant ideas. So you need to be open-minded. You don't need to be rigid. You need to be flexible. So you need to use your design thinking principles to create what a meaningful change and create an innovative solution. And this comes to the end of my this comes to the end of my course for today. Do we have any question? I know people will not have questions. I've already answered all your questions. Why are you having questions? No question now. Lord is my strength. Oh yeah, ask your question.
Please, I'm a bit lost though, because you've been talking about product design, products management. Is there no one for project management?
Oh yeah, project manager. Don't mind me.
Yeah.
I'm more of a product manager. Maybe that's why I've been mentioning products.
Okay, because I got a bit confused though.
No. It's that show themselves. So it's for every tech track actually. Design thinking. That was even notice I was actually mentioning problems. You get solutions. I did not I focus on products. Okay. And any
Okay.
solution has to needs to have a problem. Even notice I was not saying a particular product or if you're working on no, I was talking about solutions.
Okay.
So it actually goes with always virtual assistants, even data analysts. Data, and in fact, that Malva, it was more of data analyst work than even project managers or product managers because they needed to actually input visual and like we saw pie charts and the rest into Malva so that to be easier for users to know where they have a particular Um, let me mute off my video. I look like I am a tanga. So do you understand now?
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you very
Come
much.
back, lost. Any other person? If you are raising your hand, I might likely not see your hand being raised. Just unmute your mic. Okay. Since there is no question. Now moving to our presentation on
Hi,
Friday.
hello, sorry. Okay, sorry. It wasn't about this presentation that I was about to ask, but since you're already going right into it, let me just keep quiet. Sorry,
Ask,
thank you.
sorry, ask. Maybe your question might direct me to what I want to say about the presentation.
Okay, no, I just wanted to ask, like, how is the presentation going to be? Like, I mean, the email stated that this is like going to be our last class, and we're going to be giving information on how the presentation will be. So I was waiting for that. So that's just.
Yeah, it was supposed to come after this session. Okay, let me even stop recording.